Hey guys, just wanted to give you an update on the live episode. We finally settled on a time, October 27th at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'll be streaming on my Twitch channel. We'll have face cams. I'll see you then. Hello and welcome to the Hunt Banish Extract podcast, the podcast that causes more brain damage than an aneurysm. I am your host, the Drunken Bard, aka DJ, and with me are three of my beautiful co-hosts today, Sleepy Weasel, aka Tyler.
I already have brain damage, unrelated to the aneurysm.
Sir Kaiser, aka Richard.
You know that meme, the aneurysm meme? That's what I thought of.
Nice.
And El Maestro, aka Colin.
Heyo.
So we're off to a really strange start with the non-event and everybody suddenly running what appears to be the sweatiest fucking loadouts I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
I don't know.
I legitimately never expected to see 4 stars in my lobby running Moe's and Dulce, but here we are.
It's just that weird limbo period between events. Fifield has kind of created that type of environment, I feel. So
it's a gift.
Shots. But...
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse to have all of that shit kind of going at once, because at the same time, I really don't mind that everything is unlocked. It creates a lot of versatility and uniqueness, but it was bound to backfire at some point, and it backfires when you get everyone taking it, and then the whole lobby starts to feel like crap. But speaking of what everybody is running, what are you guys running currently? I'm going to kind of make this more common thing. Like, what are you guys taking in as a loadout? Let's start with Tyler.
I honestly have been taking a break. But lately, though, when I have been playing, I've just been running the marathon. I don't know, that gun has just felt so good lately. Get lots of kills with it.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, is there anything you're even, like, thinking about taking? Like, when you're thinking about, when I load Hunt back up, maybe this would be a good idea?
I mean, I want to get back into using crossbows again, because I love the crossbow, but I need to get better with the hand crossbow, so I've been trying to take those with, like, chokes to, like, kind of wall off areas, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's definitely a utility versus like a killing machine type of deal. So, but marathon, I usually don't put special rounds in that because I feel that it does enough damage, and I don't really like to, I guess, take away the damage with the high velo or the very nice ammo pool. But I'll usually just run like secondary with small ammo too with my marathon.
Well, usually. I mean, if I can't trust my headshots that day, I don't take high velo either.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Richard, let's hear it.
Crap, mega crap.
Loadout.
Like, anything I take is just not giving me any luck. I swear that just because of what we've been seeing lately, if I don't take something just as seemingly sweaty, I am shit out of luck.
Yeah, you're selling yourself short at that point, is what you're saying.
But I always run what I normally do. Romero's always solid. I've recently started running the Caldwell again, the rival.
Love that gun.
Hell yeah. Well, and if you're wondering why these guys sound like they're also concentrating on something else, they're fumbling around on the shooting range being dorks.
Actually not.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you very much.
Sleepy's not anymore.
Okay.
All right, Colin, what are you running?
I don't have a solid loadout really that I'm running right now. It's just sort of whatever.
What sounds good?
Right now, it's the haymaker, man.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
Take that with another medium slot, or?
Yeah, typically another medium slot. I don't know what it is. Ever since my last Prestige, the Bornheim match has just been doing really, really good for me.
It's the only good Bornheim.
So,
You take that back, son.
Nope.
Bornheim Silenced is my favorite one, though.
I do
Oh,
love
yeah.
the match, though. The match is
The match is so
very
good.
solid gun. I
The
love that
match
gun.
with high velo is
Yeah, it's a headshot
Oh
monster.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm a believer in the Bornheim match. I have been running nothing but free loadout right now, and
Please.
I've been taking.
Jeez.
I thought you were
What?
going to say just fists.
Nice.
No naked loadouts. I've been running nothing but free Romero loadout because whenever you get the free rotation of your hunters, it's always Winnie, and then one's like sometimes the fucking
Springfield.
sometimes Springfield or sometimes the pump action one. I can't think of the name right now. And Romero. Yeah, well, and then the Romero, which I keep taking because I have a little strategy in it. If you guys ever want a tip on how to make some really, really fucking fast money, I've been rich ever since. You take that Romero loadout with it comes with a pistol, a guaranteed melee weapon, and a guaranteed med kit. Make sure it's got at least a small small health injection because you never know when those health kits are going to run out, and they run out fast.
Yeah.
And so does your stamina, and that's going to be painful. You take one slot of the Romero with some pennies, and you've got yourself a moneymaker when you get rid of, because every single free hunter comes with a trait that is up to 3 points. Get rid of it. Take Vulture for 2 points because you lose a point, and then you got yourself a money-making machine.
Yeah,
And doing wonders.
Sounds great, actually. Romero's one of the best guns in the game to just get nice, easy kills, and then just loot, get money, bounce.
And it comes with 3 pistols. It's more likely to have Scottfield and the conversion. It sometimes comes with the base Nagant, but those pistols are perfect for, like, if you have range but you don't have a rifle, they're pretty good at it.
Yeah, they're good at medium range. They're good if you are good at landing your shots, and especially headshots, of course.
Oh yeah, but that's just been one thing that I've been thinking about adding to the show. So now we're going to commonly talk about what loadouts we like to bring. Also,
let us know what
everybody. You're right. Also, we've had something that's been coming up, and everybody's been seeing the trailers, and everybody knows because everybody is now talking about the Halloween event. Probably shocked we didn't start with that.
Ookie dookie.
Well, now we have the Clash mode, the brand new mode that's 12 hunters, no boss, just a banish. And you start a short, from my understanding, from what I've listened to, you start a short distance away, and it's going to be absolute fucking chaos. Anybody's thoughts?
Yeah, actually, do we know if it's going to be free for all, or is it going to be teams?
Teams.
I looked on the Steam page. It said solo, duo, or trio.
Now, another question is it its own KD, just like
they're not so it'll use the bounty one for KD. Not KD, sorry. MMR, bounty MMR, but it won't affect your MMR. This mode is experimental in that regard.
So are they going to even keep track of the KD, I wonder, or if it's going to be its own thing? It kind of sounds like they're going to make it its own thing.
I'd say it's the best thing to do is like make it like quick play and bounty, how they're already separate. Make it its own little thing.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what they're gonna do then. I mean,
but
I feel like it'd be
limited
controversial
time as of right now. So
okay, if it's, I was talking to Colin earlier about that. What do you guys think about when games use this formula of better play now, otherwise you're gonna miss out on this game mode? What do you guys think about that? I think it's retarded. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm not a huge fan, but at the same time, I agree with Psycho Ghost. He made a take on it, and he said that he likes that it's limited. He likes that it's more exciting that way, and it keeps players engaged. And I agree, because I've seen several games where they introduce an exceptional game mode like that, and they make it limited, and they bring it back. That's going to bring a lot of attention back to Hunt. Yeah, of course I'm a little disappointed, but it's a mode like this does not need to take up all the attention of Hunt for the people who just want a KD farm. It's way better as an
But that's why
event game mode.
That's why I said make it separate, kind of like quick play.
No, because it takes away from the whole pool. You're not understanding.
Well, yes, it takes away from the player pool, but the people that want to play that are wanting to play that. Either they're not playing or they're playing that.
Disagree, because those same rats that KD farm in Bounty Hunt and they end up getting their asses kicked because they suck. Those people are forced to play in Bounty Hunt. They will go to that game mode and play even more toxic and just stay out of that. We want the bounty pool as big as we can. It's way better to have a mode where everybody plays on a season and when it's out, and then everybody goes back to the regular thing. Keep it fresh. Keep the rotation. Don't develop some kind of meta. You are the one that always bitches about that.
No, I'm saying that I agree, and I think that's true. Like, you definitely want to keep it fresh and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is that then give me a reason to play the bounty hunt as well. Like, I need more incentive to do that. Like, this game, just what I would say is that this would be a nice something to keep fresh, as in, like, maybe it's like your warm-up.
You're getting bored of bounty or something, too.
Yeah, you're getting bored of bounty, so you want to switch it up, and then you're like, okay, I had enough of that. Let's go back to bounty because we're getting all the hunt dollars, we're getting the unlocks, we're getting something special, like we normally are.
I guess my argument against that would be your Steam library. Everything else, like just turn off Hunt Showdown if you don't want to play Bounty.
Else.
Yeah,
but I want to play Hunt.
Sure, but in the future, and if you turn off Hunt, you're going to incentivize Fifield. He sees you turn it off, and everybody else, and that makes them have to get their creative juices flowing. I hate that expression. It always sounds really gross.
I agree.
And then they have to come up with something to bring us back. Colin, you haven't chimed in at all. Give us your feedback.
Sorry, there was...
No, you're good.
You guys are all very strongly opinionated. I was just waiting for a good gap.
Before you start, Colin, let me just add real quick. I think this has trailed off, actually. My whole question was, what do you think? What do you think of, not necessarily for Hunt, what do you think of this formula? So I want you to keep that in mind. Like, we're not talking just about Hunt. We're talking about this formula.
I mean, I think it's really interesting. I don't see the point of adding this game mode necessarily when quick play exists.
Seasonal. I guess that's it.
Quick play is only solo too.
That's true.
Fair,
yeah,
but it's the whole incentive is that this is supposed to be like quick, action-packed. It's a 15-minute bounty hunt essentially, where you're just fighting other players, and that's exactly what quick play is. It's not. Quick play isn't timed like that.
Without trios and duos, though.
Well, true. In my opinion, I feel like this isn't as exciting as they want it to be because quick play exists already.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of disagree, because you can take whatever you want in, you can coordinate with your team, and depending on the compound, it's a one compound experience with the whole lobby. It's not often you can have we're spawn fighting with the whole lobby on one compound. It could be nutty. It could be exciting. And the other answer to your question is, there's going to be weekly events, and some people might want to burn it out on the weekend. Well, what better way than to get all of those make hunters bleed or whatever the fuck on that exact game mode and just burn it out in literally one match or maybe even 3.
See, that's something I didn't consider. That's actually true.
Here's something I could propose is, what do you think of like every other week, like basically something like this was happening? So it's not like and maybe even spread it more out and whatnot. I mean, they did that with the events, like the fires and the things like that. But
they never brought them back.
The problem is they're not Fortnite. They don't have that kind of money.
No, they don't have the size. But what I was saying is, like, basically, like, you have this game mode. I'm not saying it has to overlap bounty. Bounty should always exist. But I'm saying you have it accessible and available every so often. It can be limited, but don't make it like as limited as in like once every blue moon type thing.
An interesting proposition. It really depends. It really depends on the feedback, and it really depends on exactly how toxic the game mode can get, because well, it's a lot like, I hate that I always use this goddamn example because I've quit the game entirely, but League of Legends, whenever they brought Earth, they decided they had a period in time where Earth would be much more frequent, and it got so bad because people figured out a meta, and they figured out how to cheese it so hard that something that was novel and fun eventually developed into a living hell for people to even try, because why try when you've got this group of players that have exploited it, put videos on it, etc., etc. It's just, it's a pipe dream that can't exist. If it's going to be, well, it's a niche game type that it should not reach that kind of level.
But you could argue that already happens with Bounty because of how often it doesn't switch it up.
The map is so big and the spawns are so different, and you can play as slow as you want. You can avoid that kind of thing altogether.
I mean, the matches do feel the same all the time, like in between these limbo modes.
If you don't change your gameplay, it will always feel the same, in my argument.
No, not necessarily. I'm still getting, screwed over because everyone else is playing exactly the same, and I'm not changing my play style because it's not a way I want to play.
Because over time, like if you're like, we played Mammon's Gulch so much that it was like kind of like, what's the phrase? Basically, no longer welcome type of thing. I can't remember the phrase.
Well, wait for the maps to come back into rotation. The rain, fog, everything else. That will create a lot more diversity. But I am saying a strong point is where I noticed different gameplay is when I changed. When the lobbies felt different when I decided I needed to make a difference. That's just my point.
You're also a much better player than us, and we get kind of waterlogged.
Everyone can be a 5 or 6 star player if you don't even have to burn your balls. You just gotta,
What I will say,
I disagree.
I know what you're saying about like making changes and stuff like that, but sometimes when you're making a change, because based on what you had done a previous round, it doesn't matter because you're not in that experience the next round. And because it's different that way, I would say that would be my argument that way. But what you're kind of getting at with this new game mode, though, is that we really just need to try it out and see how much it would, like how old this gets, how fast and whatnot.
I want it to stay in some kind of rotation, even if it's seasonal. If it happens to be weekly, that way people can not suffer burnout. Colin, you are staying a lot more quiet though. Let's get more feedback from you.
I'm gonna be I lost the conversation. There was a lot of talking over. I'm a little lost of what we're talking about right now.
It did go over all over the place.
So you're over.
Still talking about the
this
limited
new game mode.
Yeah. Just your overall opinion of make it more common, make it less common. What do you think?
I mean, I think if you're gonna add a new game mode, it's better to just keep it around long term rather than make it a limited time thing.
Okay.
That's my opinion of that.
I agree.
I feel like I was saying, like it feels like they're trying to what's the word? They're trying to manipulate the hype around this by making it scarce when they could just make a really, really well-made, fleshed-out game mode without making it something that we can only play for a week at a time.
Okay.
And
does that make sense?
That's.
It does.
And to add to what you're saying, Colin, I think that was like the proposal of my question at first. It wasn't necessarily Hunt, like just in gaming in general. Like we live in a society where
all right,
where everything has to go so fast, and you better play now, otherwise you're not going to play at all. Like, and I'm getting kind of sick of that. Like, I'm a really relaxed gamer. I like to play at my own pace, and like, I feel like I'm missing out because I'm not, going out and playing these limited events and stuff. And it's just, I think, like, I'm okay with like seasonal stuff as long as stuff actually does come back, but
I just think it keeps part of the excitement, but I do agree with the adult argument. My job gets in the way, and I can't always play.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Exactly,
and in this case, and I'm talking specifically Hunt now, it makes sense that this is limited time because it's experimental. They are just trying it out. So like I get why they're doing this as a limited time, I guess.
Same with their godforsaken decision to make some of these traits so fucking crazy way too soon. But I get it. And then we've ended up with the kind of balancing we have now, which I think is at least fair. I wouldn't call it great.
It's getting better for sure. But it is moving in the right direction.
Great balancing, right?
Something like that. Okay. Well, okay. And, well, just to get your opinion, Colin, what do you think of the balancing overall in Hunt right now?
That's... I don't really pay attention that much to, like, balancing things. I'm not super... I don't know. I'm not so into this game that I know what the balances are and what the buffs are and stuff like that. But I feel like things are at an okay spot right now. I don't feel like anything's super busted. I don't feel like anything's super broken.
Okay, that's good. Well, I was going to even oversimplify the question. When you load into a match, you feel like your odds are at least fair.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
okay.
I feel like everyone can be on equal footing anytime you load into a game.
Okay, well, that's how a game balancing will feel. If you play it enough and you have a feel for it, that gives you a general idea. If you're like, wow, I really don't want to see this in the game, I mean, it's always going to be dullish people. But then, then maybe there are problems. But overall, I think we've got a solid footing here.
The tools at our disposal are all solid stuff. Like, that isn't where the problems with the game are.
Mm-hmm. No, the problem is they go deeper than that. But there's only so much you can do. Like, what is Crytek going to do about us getting ass fucked by the same type of people over and over? You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much they can do. It really does come down to the players.
Daddy Fifield, please help. Okay. So we got the new trailer, which didn't just introduce the game mode itself. We had several guns and a thing that I'll get into later because I want to save that. But we got... What's up?
I was just saying segue.
Segue! So we got Crowning King Shorty. I'm almost guaranteeing it. We got the Shorty Marksman Centennial, which that's fucking crazy. And then we got a mini hand bomb lance with apparently no blade to melee, so it's just a bomb launcher. Well, let's start with you, Richard. What do you think?
It all sounds kind of interesting. Mini bomb launcher. I mean, that's the star of the show, right?
Sure. All right.
Other stuff is just kind of just additions with guns, shorter versions.
Yeah, more variants. Yeah.
All right, Ty, let's hear it.
I feel like we're forgetting one.
No, well, that's
the one we're talking about later.
That's the one I'm saving.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Anyways, I'm fine with all of that because, more variants, except for the Crowning Cringe.
Okay, I was about to say.
If that is an actual thing, what the hell, man?
Oh, it is. If you look at the body.
Let's take a Mosin sniper with the Crowning Cringe Shorty now, like with slugs. Like, all right. I don't
Well,
know.
you thought
I think that's just gonna be dirty as hell. So
unless the shotgun ammo pool is literal garbage on it, I think it's going to be at the very least really fucking toxic.
it doesn't matter if the ammo pool's bad. If you can get a couple kills off of it, it's done its purpose. Like, you know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Colin, let's hear it.
I don't know.
Did they sound fun?
I mean, yeah, it sounds interesting. I think the crap, my brain is going blank. The Centennial Marksman shorty is a really interesting thing that seems odd to add in with what they're putting it, but it's an interesting addition, and it balances out that medium ammo slot of you've got the Springfield Marksman shorty, I think.
It was Deadeye.
Deadeye. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's interesting. I think that could be fun to use.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
put high velo rounds in that thing, and then you already have a sniper. So, like a long range sniper.
talk about the real shit here. That shit wouldn't work in real life because that lack of buttstock would get you black-eyed faster than shooting that thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but these hunters are also super powered humans. So
True.
Have you ever shot a Mosin Nagant in real life?
Yes, sir.
The Mosin shorty would break your wrist.
That's not a lie.
Not
They're
me.
powerful.
I'm just built different. So.
Yeah, it would break Tyler's entire arm.
Yeah, it would rip my arms off. I'm a small guy. So.
The Asian martial arts have taught him well. Oh my goodness. Overall, my opinion, I think the bomb lance shorty, I guess, I don't know what to call it. Bomb launcher. It's an interesting idea. It has so much potential that's completely dangerous if it has all of the bomb lance's ammo types, but it does take a pistol slot, so it's just a mix up.
It's just
here's
a
one thing
slot for that.
Here's one thing to consider though with that.
It might be two, but quartermaster.
If you just want to take it to just mess the boss up, that's all you need now. Like if you don't want a spear, like it's a good like counterbalance to that. Yeah.
It is loud, but on that same token, like we were saying, takes up a pistol slot. So, but my problem, what a lot of people probably figure with me is whenever I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I'm not necessarily saying it's the meta changer. I'm saying we're putting the base Nagant in the as if it wasn't in the trash enough. You know, even Nagant silenced isn't really relevant enough anymore because Bornheim silence is exceptional. And we're just reaching a point of exactly what we talked about in the past of we're just getting guns that don't feel good to take anymore if you have this. So
exactly. It's like
they're just filling in the gaps at this point. They're like, hey, we don't have that. Let's like put everything in the big circle we've created.
Yeah, they're filling in the gaps while killing off guns though. Like I don't really like that.
They're like what is it, a shorty crown or whatever you call it? Well,
it's like this.
Let's fill in. We don't have a short version of this, so let's have a short version of this.
Right.
Or we don't have a Deadeye version of this. Let's add a Deadeye version of this. That is so fucking lame, Crytek. Holy God.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Agree entirely, and I probably would have made the same argument with the shorty terminus when I first saw it. But it's the spread of the terminus is so absurd. Not anymore. God damn it, I'm so sick of them tightening everything. Like, okay, let's cater to all the whiners. Why not bring old Necro back at that rate? You know, it's absurd. But with there's a reason we didn't have a short Crown and King. I mean, Auto 5. You guys can't make up your damn mind with these names, can you? And I'm still calling it Winfield, Fifield. Every single one of them. Kiss my ass.
Well, hey, if you look in the lore, they're still Winfields. It's just not in the gun name when you are equipping them. But it's still in the lore.
It's so hard to find them because they're not near each other anymore. That's
I know.
So
it's so dumb. Yeah.
Put them next to each other. I don't care if it's alphabetical.
No, I just like to poke fun. I legitimately have no beef with Crytek, but it's
That's a lie.
a partial lie, a white lie, if you will.
But
So-
your beef with them is more constructive.
There's a reason why Critique and Crytek sound similar.
Well, as much as I love to roast on Reddit, I think there's some solid points in there, but there's also man-children that need to get a job. Just
there are
honestly,
people that
Of course, yeah.
look for information on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
and I may or may not have recently commented on the new the trailer for the Clash on our main account, and I started a whole there was like a bunch of people arguing underneath the people commented on my comments and just sort of had a little war about the thing we're about to talk about here in just a second, and I was kind of like, wow, we can't even be civil in the comments section.
Well, civil in Reddit? Not in my Christian Reddit. How could you?
Oh no, this was
This
YouTube.
is on the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
The ghost event. Yeah, the spooky event.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I did not feed into it at all. I let them have their little spat. But
civil in my YouTube channel? No, not my Christian YouTube.
Christian anything, damn it. All right.
Yeah.
But the thing we did hold back on, because this one is the controversial one, but we have had kind of a 50-50 split in our own Discord server. So I'm happy to have the discussion, because if we're reaching a point of civil discussion, especially in Hunt Showdown, we're reaching a good point, because the game should be balanced in such a way that half agree and half disagree, at least not on everything. That would mean the game is completely imbalanced, but a few things are fine.
And especially controversial things,
yeah. Well, we got the hand crossbow revive bolts.
Yeah.
And holy freaking shit, that was a head scratcher for me. I was just like, why?
The hand crossbow, am I right?
Oh. It's like it's like they nerfed Necro and they're like, well, how do we put Necro back in the game while not keeping it Necro? Make it more easily accessible.
This one employee's just so butthurt about what happened in Necro. So they're like, oh, what the fuck do we do? How do I get this underneath their noses? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got it. Hand crossbow with a revive bolt.
Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on it, DJ?
Oh, you want to start with him?
Yeah, I do actually. I do.
I think he died.
Oh no.
Well, so I guess I'll start off then with as a person who plays a lot of solo, like I was cool with them nerfing self-revive. I think they did kind of nerf a little hard for the other players. I'm fine with it because I just don't use it, but I feel that making this is really going to affect the solo players more than anything, because when you're solos, you often run up against, teams, and they're just going to be reviving each other at a distance really fast without using Necro. So I feel that that's kind of...
All right, sorry. My house experienced a whole power surge. I'm back.
Oof.
It's because you were getting so angry. Your power levels.
This isn't even a fraction of my power. It's like, how do I get started on this freaking hand crossbow?
Yeah, sorry for this wildly entertaining clusterfuck. Did we get any opinions out? Because I would
Tyler
like
was in the middle of his.
Yes.
He was wondering what yours was, but then the power surge.
The power surge happened. Yeah.
And then the anger, got through.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'll just reiterate and just kind of finish off. I think it's mostly going to affect solo players when they're fighting against teams.
It's the same thing.
It's like using Necro. Like I said, using Necro without having Necro against, like when you're fighting teams and stuff, obviously.
Distance.
Solo players have already, they've expressed their feelings that you can't play solo because there's no self-revive anymore, to the degree where it was, which I'm fine with, but I get why people are upset about it. Now they're getting screwed over even more, like in their eyes, I feel, with this whole revive shot. And I'm trying to keep it civil. I'm not trying to get mad. Maybe there is a good point to adding this revive thing. Maybe it's only going to have one bullet, and if you miss it, you're screwed. I don't know.
That was my thought.
Yeah. I don't know. That was just my thought. Like immediately, it went to solo playing because of how they've already been affected lately. So
I think it's going to be at least 2 bolts because one for each teammate type thing.
One for each custom ammo slot.
so screw
Because you
Necro
can split
entirely.
Yeah.
Well,
you can
Screw
split.
Necro entirely.
I'll have a retort, but Colin, what do you think?
I mean, I was when I saw that initially, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I started thinking about that, and I was like, that I don't know that I like it because it's like Tyler just said, like screw Necro entirely. It's a faster Necro, and I mean, sure you have to hit your teammate and all that, but it's I don't know. I don't think that that's balanced unless it's like you were saying, like only one. I think if you only had one shot, it would be fine. But if you get multiple, I don't like that.
I think that's fair.
And Richard, did you finish off your thoughts, or do you want to elaborate?
I was just like adding to what you guys were saying, but I mean, I know it was intended mostly for this game mode to kind of like keep moving with that agility and
And the fast pacedness, yeah.
the fast pace, yeah. But I guess if you're like a support person, I think it's interesting. But I know a lot of people are like they're like saying it takes away like a second like weapon and whatnot, and I'm like half the time I don't even get the second weapon out. So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is an interesting point you bring up, Richard. I think if people want to play a more supportive role, like support in my action game, no. Yeah, that is interesting.
Necro for that, anyways. Like
right,
a trio and duo Necro, like you can Necro. It takes a bit though. This is like instantaneous though. That's
right.
what's the crazy part.
What is this, Rainbow Six Siege with Doc? What the heck?
Well, I have a small retort, but I also kind of want to elaborate a little bit with Necro and kind of my feelings.
Mhm.
Is I definitely don't think this is necessarily game breaking. It literally takes away one of your gun slots to have a hand crossbow if it's got very few ammo. I mean, it's replenishable, but if it's like
And
a bolt
that's
each, well,
good and bad.
let me finish. It's like it's kind of one slot each. It's 2 bolts. It's instantaneous. It's way faster than Necro, but I guess it does take aim. But my problem, and when everybody makes that damn argument, is everybody will get used to that arc, and the higher lobbies are already going to understand it. So it's going to be fucking hell up here.
Yep.
And then not only that, but it's it can be arced over certain things if you're clever, if you understand how crossbow bolts work, and I mean it would take a lot of skill that way. But then with Necro, I guess it's the more I discussed it with a few people, they were also convincing me, well, you can revive with Necro through walls. You know, it's not necessarily a guaranteed team win because even though it's an instant res because they're still watching the dead body. But there's also the problem of Necro. Typically, when you Necro through walls, it's an extremely risky play and you're relying on your teammates' ears, which might be wrong and they might get shot back down. So Necro is not, and it's a one-time use, and Necro is not really that used anyway, and at least completely usefully. There's a lot of mistakes that are made when you have one chance. But with this, you know, replenishing ammo, I could see this being a really big problem with people who take a really reliable primary like a Winfield or a Mosin or a Vetterli, you know, the weapons that are really, really hard hitters and really, really good at what they do. So I don't want to discount people's concerns just yet. It's definitely a wait and see, but I can't let it slide that this kind of thing exists at all. Right. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, I guess that's another question I had for everybody. Like, yay or nay, you know what I mean?
I will say
Nay.
in like with this thing existing, as long as it stays in the experimental limited time event, I'm okay with it existing. If it makes its way into the main game,
which it's going to.
I don't think it's a good. I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, and good friend of ours runs his own podcast, Kit. Shout out to Kit. Brought up a good point. If Crytek doesn't bug the fuck out of this, if you res your enemies, you can farm the shit out of them. So hopefully that's not bugged on day
gosh,
one.
I didn't even consider that.
I was thinking like it could be funny. You miss your teammate, revive another. An enemy.
They already know they don't have full bug testing down to a T, so
that's one thing to watch out for.
But hope to God that is not a problem at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Crytek is usually fairly, I mean, they're not necessarily fast at it, but they are usually fairly good at responding to people's, like, I guess, criticism when something like this is going to be added, and they're like, okay, we do need to tweak this, you know. Well, I mean, we'll wait like 2 months to tweak it, but we will tweak it.
Yeah,
you know?
they're about as fat or about as fast as a fat guy to a salad bar. So,
but like, so even if it is going to be added, I'm not really like. I mean, I am baffled why they thought it was a good idea, but I'm not mad at them, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not maddening. It's just like, what the heck?
Yeah. And the people who are mad, I do get why they're mad, because I think that's kind of crazy. So.
I freak out most about bad trait balancing because that will leak into everything.
And that's I was just going to say bad trait balancing. I do feel like this is making Necro worse. But, you know, I do think that the arguments that you had against that was also very valid. But an instantaneous res? Like, you know what crazy. I mean? It's faster than you running up to your teammate and, like, resing them normally. Like, and that's a pretty fast res if you can not get shot. Like,
before you guys get into something else, I wanted to add this about the crossbow versus like Necro. Basically, like, you have to be able to see your teammate. So the thing is, if you shoot that at them, you can immediately switch to your other weapon and you are instantaneously supporting. Necro, you don't always have that chance. You do have that risk with not being able to see them through walls and not having as much information. Whereas I think this kind of gets that advantage over Necro. But it can also be a disadvantage because you know, you revive somebody and then you're fucked too because you're already like revealed too.
But crossbows are quiet, so they don't know that you pulled one out and are shooting your teammate.
You could be like hiding the whole match.
Yeah.
In the what's it called, the Little John or something.
Yeah,
we're gonna see. The biggest problem is we're gonna see this thing rear its ugly head literally on the event because there's gonna be people like, "Hey, I'm getting tapped. I'm about to bleed out, or I'm about to get double tapped. Be ready," and then they'll insta res them right fucking there. You know. So the worst will be when it first comes out.
Of course,
yeah.
Like
the funnest will also be when it first comes out. I think.
True. Yeah.
But overall, I mean, hell, we haven't even touched on the fucking
event
Darksight Satchel.
Yeah.
Well, the event is kind of like a Darksight Satchel. It's basically something where you use your Darksight to, I don't know if it's detonate or set it to be primed.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
you prime it, but I think it's like a C4 that you detonate type of thing.
Yeah, it almost looked like a tripwire.
We'll see
in the gameplay trailer I saw.
Well, Drake was even commenting that he wonders if it could have tripwire to set it off as a secondary option.
Well, the picture has the guy reaching out to it, and the other guy's like, "No, please, don't touch." But no, I am assuming it has him reaching to it because it's like Darksight. He's basically like priming it to go type of thing.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
That's what I meant by in the Discord by superpowers type of thing, wherever we're using more offensive things. Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, feel free to disagree with what I'm going to say right now, but that I don't really think is really going to break the game very much. I think people are gonna find ways around it, like they do all the
agree.
other traps. So
Yeah,
I'm not really too worried about
that's
that.
why we didn't talk about that as the big crazy thing.
Right? Yeah.
Don't forget, there is a trait that will let you see that yourself, and more people should take
Vigilant.
it.
Vigilant.
Yep.
It's
And
only
I
1
think
point,
that's
right?
going to make it a bigger trait to take
Yeah.
because of this.
Underrated. And Poacher with those new bear traps is severely underrated. I got quite a few cheeky bastard kills last night.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, I'm just abusing what they put in the game, baby. That makes it so they'll have to balance it.
Yep, I still don't like the new bear traps, but whatever. I'm glad you're having fun with them.
Well, only until they fix it.
Yeah, and they will. So
yeah, hopefully. Right?
In like 3 months.
Well, I did make the joke, because I was like, Crytek's like, oh, game balancing? I'm on vacation. So we'll see.
And game developers do deserve vacations. Don't get me wrong.
Right. That's not what I'm saying.
I know.
Whenever I think of that, I think of that Rammstein music video where he's like on the beach with the
and
they're all thinking he's fucking dead.
Yeah, and he's just chilling. Like they're all like, "Oh, you killed him! No, you killed him!" Like, I love that video. It's one of my favorites, actually. Marilyn Manson's in it.
Crytek, add a shark. No.
Crytek, add Marilyn Manson as a skin.
Crytek, add Bill Lindemann from Rammstein.
Anyways.
Our little joke about adding things. We made it forever ago about adding things that would make a nice little blend into the game. Maybe not. I kind of like Hunt being at something, but it's a funny idea.
Oh yeah, we're
just
jesting.
We want Hunt to become Fortnite.
You heard it here, folks. Cancel El Maestro.
Fortnite.
All right.
Can you imagine like freaking some guy
get
joining Fortnite or some shit?
No,
they have like a crossover. One grabs a hunter and the other one grabs like a Fortnite character, and it's like the most colorful Fortnite character they could have gotten.
You get 360 no scoped in Fortnite by Scrapbeak or something like.
Scrapbeak.
Yeah.
God. All right. I do want to take a little pause here, and we're going to touch on our lovely, lovely audience and get the poll and comments out of the way. So last episode, it was one that seemed a little, it was spontaneous. It was my idea. So if you want anybody to blame for it not being a regular episode, it was me. Sorry. We did get a decent amount of views, but not necessarily a lot of comments or anything in the poll. So we'll probably make the second compound tier list as more of an extra, maybe even the skin tier list. That way you can just kind of listen to it whenever the hell you want and keep having your regular episodes, because we also enjoy making the regular episodes more just as a general flow thing. It feels better to just talk about anything. So
right, yeah.
Because on our compound ratings overall, we got mostly agree and partially agree. And I know some people who heard that probably disagreed. There was a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
There was disagreement among us. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't even keep our answers straight.
There was a lot of disagreement on us. That's why it was getting
about 2 hours.
Yeah, it was getting long. Yeah.
It was insanely long. So sorry. I came slightly underprepared and tried to keep the episode flowing, but I'm glad that
it was very fun, though.
It was extremely fun, and we're
glad that you guys enjoyed it for what it was too.
Yeah, for sure. And don't worry, we will enjoy making another. Like I said, we'll keep it as extra content. That way, if you don't feel like listening to it that day, come back to it later. But we did get 2 comments because Martin, good old Martin. I mostly agree with your guys' takes, but man, Scupper and Catfish are A+, if not S tier in my eyes, and y'all are just dead wrong about them. Otherwise, I think you guys did a great job.
Shots.
It's okay to have wrong opinions.
I stood up for Scupper and gave it a B. So
you did.
I don't remember what I ranked Scupper.
I think a C.
I think it was a C. Yeah.
Because we rated Catfish a fucking F.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, but Catfish sucks.
I hate Catfish.
Trash.
They all suck unless I win. They're not good.
Guys, we should like all face against Martin at the same time, and then if we kill him in
Make him
game,
hate it.
then like he's basically wrong because we won.
Oh, come on. Let
So
the
basically,
boy have...
it's us 4 before him because fuck you, Martin. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you for your opinion, Martin. It's very valuable.
Change his opinion via gaslighting. And this was actually a really cool comment. Totally unexpected. You guys might remember this cunning person. A cunning rogue commented, "I'm back from my exile. It's so good to see you, buddy. Wondered where the hell you were. I would recognize that Reaper picture anywhere."
He was probably in the basement.
Yeah.
I don't know
somehow
how
he
got you down
found
there.
it. He was trying to like find you, and then he got trapped, and some reason we didn't like turn on the lights and hear all the big old.
It's because the lamp was out.
Let me out!
I also want to give a shout out real quick, just because I think he's an incredibly talented artist, and he's been in our Discord server. And if you come to our Discord server or seen us in our Discord server, our well, at least mine and a few others, profile pictures are of the hunt art he makes, and I think his DeviantArt deserves a little more love. He goes by that Bayou Boy on DeviantArt. I'll leave a link in the description, but on our server, he's known as Gumbo John. Gumbo John, you're freaking awesome, man, and I think you deserve a little more recognition. Yeah. And also, our own artist, he finished a little minifig of the Butcher, Sir Kaiser. I'm going to leave a link to his Richard's figures as well, so you guys can check him out. Give Hunt Art some love so we can get some passion in this little niche community.
Yeah,
please.
Let's make it a bigger and more lush community that goes outside of the game.
And art is so unique in this game. Please give our personal boy and HB and Gumbo John some love. They deserve the hell out of it.
Hell yeah.
Much appreciated, boys. Also, Gumbo John, you do great work. I like your old style more, but it's because I like the cutesy shit.
Oh, he loves
being
cutesy
badass
stuff.
and like in monsters and stuff. But no, glad to have you.
Oh yeah, and he didn't ask me to do that. I really think that it's important. There's even more artists that I hope to shout out one day and get them involved in this. But it's really cool to get everybody back. We also got a whole lot of fucking anticipation for Lost and Delta coming back, because I've been frothing at that thing. The idea of it coming back, I'm so ready, because I was promised 30 days between each map. Crytek, please.
Isn't that the 15th technically then?
Somewhere
August
in that
15th
department
was the other one. Then it was September. Did it come back around September 15th?
Somewhere in that ballpark.
So it's got to be soon.
It's got to be soon.
Got to be within this event. And that'll be fun, because I remember you and I talking about that tier list, and I was having very, 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 God, holy fuck. Tripped me up with that art shit, man. Very varied opinions on that, on the maps. And so I was telling you that I want you to make me fall in love with Lost in Delta.
It's the best map. Love that map.
It's definitely good. I will never forget the classics for a reason. I do want to bring up. I want to bring up a controversial topic. Politics. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Leave America now, please.
All right. Actual controversial topic. Trading. For the love of God, we do not need to discuss American politics. But no, trading in Hunt Showdown has been an absolute nightmare. I am so sick of it. I at first thought that a lot of these streamers were exaggerating. I really did, but I was also playing less at the time, believe it or not. Me having no fucking life outside of work, family, and Hunt. But then I got deeper into Hunt, and I feel like I'm going to just keep bringing up his name. And it's because I want to bring up his name because he keeps bringing up these kinds of problems in the hunt community, and I think he's got a point. I don't think he's insane. Huge.
I
And
think
he
you said Daddy Fifield.
as if Fifield would recognize this shit.
I know.
Bless his bearded heart. I think he's going to vouch for this game no matter what happens. But the trading is out of this world. It's 800 milliseconds past death. That is longer than human reaction time. So feasibly, people could kill after they're dead on the server. I've had it so many fucking times. I've had it more than once in one match. Boys, let's start with you, Richard. What are you thinking?
It's bad. It's bad. I feel cheated.
Yep. No, I mean, there's not really much to say. Like, yeah, I think we all agree.
Like,
Well,
I swear there's so many times where I'm just like literally knifing somebody and I get the knife in and
They die.
And I'm like, I did it. I am such a god. And then 2 seconds later, ah!
Yep.
Why am I on the floor? And why did I just lose?
that's the problem is the trades they don't feel neck and neck. It's always you hear their death sound, then your death sound.
Then yours. When I say 2 seconds, that's literally what it feels like.
Yeah, no, it's not just feels like. It is seconds apart sometimes. It's crazy.
You feel like the happiness like rising in you and then just like suddenly just drops and then you're just like confused and you're like,
and then you want to cry and then
hello darkness my old friend.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Colin, rip into it.
Whipping and the tearing.
Well, I don't trade ever. So
he's just built different.
Wow. Wow, you don't trade? That's rude. I want to
just
Yu-Gi-Oh
die.
card.
I feel like the big problem with me is I feel like it's not with trading, it's with my bullets actually connecting in time. Where I'll get shot and die first before, even though I shot first.
I will say I feel it more with knives, just to interject. Good.
I feel like it's contact, like I don't know. It feels weird to me sometimes where I'll shoot first, they'll shoot second, and I'll get a hit marker after I've been killed.
It mostly happens when I'm on East. Maybe this is kind of how you feel, Colin, but I don't typically see it a lot, but there are times when I'll aim and I feel like the bullet leading is perfect. I've had one where they were sitting dead still and the headshot did not land out in the open. There was no wall nearby. And then there are times when I'm aiming. There's times when I'm aiming too far ahead of them or something, or I just feel like I shot at thin air and then I hear a headshot and I go, what?
Well, it's not like it's not me having off time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I definitely have a better shot. That's not what I'm saying.
No, that's me.
It's
Shut up. Everyone's bad.
I'm roasting myself. I'm just roasting myself.
No, I mean, yeah. So it's. I just feel like it's been. I don't know, because I've got really good latency. I'm typically sitting around 43, and it feels like I'll shoot and then I'll die, but I'll still get the hit marker after I've died. So when I could have like aim punched them and saved myself, it's not processing that I actually hit them until after I'm dead.
Well, and I get that. And I'm even noticing the trades sometimes, even when they don't kill me. Like I've had sparks where they body tap me and I get the headshot and I'm watching their body fall backwards and all of a sudden I take massive damage. And it's absurd. I really want this shit fixed because whether or not Joe Schmo cares, I was going to say you, but our listeners are generally pretty level-headed, it seems like. But like fucking Joe Schmo over there going, well, I don't have a problem, and he's got 80 hours on Hunt. Well, good for you, bro. You rarely play. And not only that, but other players who play and they come into this game and they might experience it 3 times out of 3 and then go, this game sucks balls,
and just leave. Yep.
You know, so I can't stand the fact that people want to ignore this, and especially I'm not going to call out any other names because I want to keep it limited, and Huge has been vocal about it, and I don't want to bring anybody else into it. But I've seen other streamers, not even small streamers, and they're bringing up this problem, and they're very frustrated. It's really sad to see. Because if I was to point out anything unhealthy with Hunt, trades would definitely be the first thing that I point to.
And I think Colin's issue and the whole trades issue, I think it's part of the same problem, honestly. So
it could be.
I completely agree with what you're saying.
I just think we need to nip shit in the bud before we get everybody complaining about it, especially if we're noticing it in a majority, especially a majority who is frequently playing the game.
Yep.
You know, not just necessarily like a good group of people who've even tried it, but the people who love this game.
Okay, Crytek. That means 3 months' time, 2025, trade needs to be fixed because that's your time.
Your deadline.
We could only hope they would take that kind of
action that fast. Yeah.
They're working too much on the battle pass.
All right.
Oh, ouch.
I do want to kind of get a little rapid fire here. Who wants to start with their point that they brought?
I'll start.
Tyler.
It's really short. Unfortunately, since Rat's not here, I was really curious to have his input, but we were talking about it yesterday. How do you guys... This is going to sound stupid. How do you guys sit when you play this game?
1 foot on the chair.
Like, do you sit on your foot? Like,
no, I just sit with it tucked as close to my ass as I can.
Finger on the trigger.
Sometimes even I'll have both feet as far out as I can and then just lay as far back as I can. That's probably why I play so poorly sometimes, but I like relaxation.
That's fair. Like, how do you guys sit? Like, try to visualize it for me so I can understand.
Okay, so no pants.
Nice. Excellent. Perfect. You're already winning.
All right, Richard.
Damn it. Well, I mean, I sit pretty normal. I've got my office chair, and then I pretty much just put both of my feet down. And this is Hunt Showdown specifically. I have both feet on the ground. I'm facing towards the monitor. And by now, you guys probably know I play on controller. So I've got both hands on the controller, not just one. You know, I am amazing, but I don't play that way. Anyways,
like, do you lean forward? Do you lean back? Like,
when I'm trying to focus more, I'm leaning forward. But when I'm like relaxing and chatting, I lean back. But most games, I'm like when I'm focused, I do lean in slightly. But yeah, I usually have both feet on the ground and whatnot. When I'm playing Hunt Showdown, it's one of those ones where if you're not focused on it and obviously listening to the sounds, it's very hard to focus, at least for me.
Okay. What about Colin?
Not hard to focus.
It depends on my joint pain at any given point during the day. Like,
okay, so feet are over the shoulders, right?
Yes, always.
Wow.
But like if it's just neutral day, I am butt flat on the chair, ankles crossed. My back is fully flat against the chair, and my neck is all the way forward.
Nice.
Okay. Lean in.
Well, like, I'm not leaning. My neck is just.
It's
okay,
just your
next
neck.
doing the leaning.
Let's hear it. I think I know your answer though.
All right, so
I've seen Tyler play this game in person. I know what he's gonna say.
Yeah, it's very psychopathic. I don't know. I guess I'll visualize it for everybody else. like I don't know if you guys have seen Death Note.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
Like L, the way he sits, like if you have not seen the show, just look at the way, like look up on Google, like the way L sits.
Yeah, just look up
like
L
L
from Death Note, and
like
any
L as
picture that you see is going to
yeah.
be him in this position.
Yeah, so like I sit like that in my chair, and my chair is pretty low because I'm a very short person, even though my feet aren't on the ground. So I sit like L. I lean back in my chair while sitting like L, and I outstretch my arms forward as far as I can to reach my mouse and keyboard and look up at my monitor. It's like so weird. Like,
You ever sit
I don't
on
know.
your foot and then have like your knee up against your chest?
Sometimes yes,
I've
like
done
I'll
that.
sit on one
Or is
foot.
that other games? Because that's other games for me.
Yeah, sometimes I do that when I'm like getting a little uncomfortable, but for the most part I sit like L, where both of my knees are in my chest and like yeah, it's pretty wonky. Anyways, that was my topic. I was just curious because Rat and I were kind of talking about it, and I'm sad
Rat,
you didn't
love
get
it.
to.
like sits there munching on cheese on the side of the table.
Oh, Rat! Don't you know they like peanut butter more?
Yeah, he just has one rat controlling the mouse, one rat controlling WASD, the other
Yep.
rat.
Like, to please my master.
They're so cute. I love rats.
There's 3 of them. That's why he's the 3-star, because he's got 3 stars.
Oh no way!
Don't give it away. All right, Richard.
No, I
let's
just
hear.
figured it out.
He
let's-
explained.
Richard. Let's hear your topic.
Oh, I
All
see.
right. All right. Are you guys ready again?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, hold on. Get my papers out.
No, I'm not ready.
Are you ready now?
No, please don't.
All right,
I'm a
just
virgin.
we have to be ready. Go.
All right. Anyways. All right. Hello, my fellow bounty collectors with murderous intent and the skills to pay the bills.
You
Here to
actually
receive
wrote shit.
the most out of our scarce and burn dollars. I mean blood, bonds, and hunt dollars. Now, we are here at this precise time. We've been over the hills of Mammon's Gulch with our frivolous but majestic beards, and through the still waters in the bayou of our assless chaps. We have finally made it to this moment. Now, fellas, what I wanted to ask you was, your favorite hunter, does the carpet match the drapes?
Dude!
Wow. Thank God
Yo.
we're an 18+ podcast.
What? I thought you were going to
Well-
talk about their toes or something.
Well,
That's.
I mean, you guys
Hawkshaw.
can either answer this, or you can pay only $9.99 scarce dollars now for the real topic.
Oh my
He
god.
did-
Well,
he's already got a hunter in mind.
Yeah, he's already got his answer.
I
Hawkshaw,
did say favorite hunter. Though.
he keeps that shit, like a nice clean cut up top. He's definitely trimming down there. Wormbite, on the other hand, my second favorite.
Yeah, but is it matching though?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. All right. Does anybody
wanna
want to
have
elaborate? Or are we
actual-
getting the real topic?
All right.
I'm okay.
Okay, so the real topic is, what are your funniest moments in Hunt since the Mammon's Gulch Extraordinaire engine update?
Oh my god. Well, you've elaborated on mine, but does anybody want to start?
I'll just start off simple. Since Rat's not here, I was there with him, which is just when he ran up to Hellborn with a big dynamite bundle. That was great. Like
And
he just
then-
ran up and blew himself up. It was freaking hilarious.
Did he
And-
say anything?
Yeah.
well, he said that he was going to, and I thought he was joking. And then I hear a death
I
sound, and I'm
I
just
think
like,
I was there too. I watched him do it.
I was like, oh my gosh, he wasn't kidding. Like,
Jeez.
All right,
That's
Colin, what's up?
great.
So I also my funniest moment coincidentally also involves Rat.
So we guy.
Shout out, Rat.
Literally, so last night when Rat and I were playing, I don't know what came over us. Oh my gosh, thank you, Lindsay. Sorry, Lindsay just gave me a bunch of food. Thank you.
hi, sister.
Huh, wife. Weirdo.
we load into a match, and he just rushes into this compound to get the clue, and there's a meathead, that's what they're called, guarding it, and he tries to just brute force getting the clue, gets killed by the meathead. I draw the meathead away, I revive him, and he gets up, runs away. I finish getting the clue, and I'm running towards him, and he kills me with a red barrel, trying to kill the meathead. So we're 2 minutes in, both one death, missing a bar, and we get absolutely mobbed in the next compound because we made so much noise and died twice. So,
oh my gosh, that's funny.
What an absolute shit show.
It was glorious to behold, and I was pissing myself laughing.
All right. Since I'm assuming Richard's saving his for last, it's his topic.
Either way.
So there was a time when I was playing recently with Drake, and I was peeking over at the fucking compound, and I was just like, trying to find everybody hiding inside. It was Lock Bay Docks, and all of a sudden I hear a Derringer shot, and I'm fucking headshot instantly. And I was like, oh, I was fucking Derringered. And then Drake comes, he revives me. I was immediately Springfielded by another person. He revives me again. I got up, and wouldn't you know it, the Derringer was still watching me and instantly fucking got a headshot again. And then we managed to get everybody else downed except for one person. And I didn't realize it, but I was near a red barrel, and I tagged him, and wouldn't you fucking know it? Because I didn't know the red barrel was there. It was out of my view. It was the goddamn Derringer bastard again. And he double shot the barrel and killed me. Well, sly little bastard.
He knew that's what was gonna happen.
He fucking punked me, dude.
Yeah, he did. That's funny.
I've never died to a Derringer so much, let alone one match.
And one guy.
And one guy, one Derringer. Don't quote me, Fifield. All right, Richard.
One man, one Derringer. Sounds like one of those old videos you used to like surprise your friends back in the day, like 2 girls, 1 cup, like one man, one Derringer.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't do anything with that.
New hunter, Derringer.
I mean, there was this one time when blank when
Is it
I
the
was
fire?
like, I mean, the fire one. I'm pretty sure I said the fire story last time on the podcast, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that's not it.
But that was still super fucking hilarious. There was I think it was pretty great when I was just like, I think I was playing with Penguin, and we were shout out Penguin. And we were like going across to Extraction. I think we got Shadow Leap and everything. And this was like a couple weeks into Mammon's Gulch and the new engine update and everything. And then so I'm getting to the point where I'm pretty sure we killed everyone in the lobby, but I'm crossing the river and I'm getting ready to take care of these zombies. And then all of a sudden my screen freezes. And then the zombies start having an orgy in my ear.
Oh yeah,
I was there for
And
that.
then, like, freaking like either Colin, if you were there, I don't remember exactly, and Penguin, they were like talking or chatting about something, and they're just like, I swear they couldn't hear me, but I was just like, guys, am I dead? Am I alive? What's going on? I just hear zombies moaning in my ear.
yeah. I
Because I
remember
was out
the
of
story.
stamina too, and like it makes you have to restart with that bug. But like I was laughing so hard because these zombies were just getting it on in my ears, and I was just like, okay,
Absolutely raunchy.
That's the way we like it.
Jesus. All right, Colin, do you got a subject for us?
I mean, I was telling Tyler about this earlier. It was pretty cool that they buffed the Haymaker a little bit.
Okay, so you're just feeling like Haymaker really deserves some love.
Switch the name back, please.
I didn't realize what like how good it actually was until the other day, and I saw that Rockta had made a post about how they buffed the Haymaker, and I was like, you know what, I'll give that a try. And I wasn't in on the hype until then, and I get it now. Like, it's a great gun. I think it's awesome.
It always deserved to be slightly better than the uppercut because it was already a two-slotter, and they never changed that. Yeah, so thank God that gun is feeling a little better at all.
Yeah, it feels great now. Like, I've used it in the past, and I didn't like it a whole lot, but again, last night I was playing with Rat, and I got a nasty headshot with the Haymaker, and it was so satisfying to use. I was just, it was good. It's good.
Hell yeah.
Now, if you pay $5 burn dollars, you can unlock the true potential of the Haymaker.
Right. That's never gonna leave. That's gonna. No, that's brilliant. I love that gun for what it is, and I always wanted it to feel a little better.
Yeah, because they added it and like nobody used it.
Yeah,
and now it changed the name shortly after, and it's just like, okay, how do I even follow this anymore?
Yeah, they added the Haymaker at the same time as the uppercut precision, didn't they?
No,
I think it was before.
Much before
as well.
Several months. Yeah, okay. Several months before. Oh, it's okay.
It's okay. In my lull, I think.
Look forward to it in the very near future. We're doing a Hunt of the Past. We still got our live episode that I'm probably going to announce on the beginning of this episode with a little voice clip. You probably already heard it because I didn't do it during the episode. We've had a lot of distractions. Okay, but I want to give
distractions. He means life.
True.
He means sexy hunters.
I want to give a little shout out to all of our honorary hunters. I figure I'm going to make this a little segment, and fuck you, John Cat. I'm stealing your idea. I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. You and Harrison are great. So, honorary hunters, we've got Big Monkey, Call Me Roy, Drake, Element, Glonky Pete, Gumbo John, Hans, Hazmat, Jay Tizzle, Kit, Crazy Chris, Kugisaki, Mama Bear Streams, Our Father Gray, and Penguin. You guys are all incredible. If you guys want to become an honorary member, just join in our Discord or just frequently comment in our comments section. I'll eventually put you on that list as well because it's going to have to be a separate list, but this one's got to be quick because we're nearing the very end. But I want to give some love and appreciation to all of you guys who always stick around and come and hang out with us. You are amazing.
We love you guys.
We're running out of space, so we're going to have to hold tryouts very soon. So you guys might want to join before the tryouts, because then, team like deathmatch and, one of you guys doesn't make it. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules.
But you do.
I do also want to give a brief shout out to hunt creators, big and small alike, but most specifically because they're our brethren, the 5 Minutes to Extract podcast and the Waiting for Other Players podcasts. They're both incredible. Please go listen to them both if you haven't already. Hell, other people out there, start your own podcast. We'd love to talk to you too. Just Hunt needs to grow. And even you small YouTubers, come hang out with us, show us your clips. We'll even acknowledge you, and if you want, just come show everybody what you're made of. Let's get this community a brewing because it needs to grow a little more than it already is.
I just want to say along that same line, I freaking love consuming Hunt content just in all of its forms. Please give me more.
Yeah, there needs to be more. Yep.
And we need all of you, and we need everyone to go support their small creators. I mean, we appreciate you guys so much coming to us. You guys are absolutely
For some
fantastic.
reason, I don't know why you like us, because we're crazy, but it's cool. I'll take it.
Does anybody have any final thoughts? Any love to give here?
Just lots of love. Hopefully we'll get into the the event next time we talk. So
Hell yeah.
I just want to say that I love you guys just in general. Like,
Hey,
kiss, kiss.
thank you for just like letting me hop back in. For a lot of people, like I took a hiatus from the podcast just because life got busy, and I'm so grateful that you guys are so cool, and I just love being here and having fun with you guys. You're my bros. I love you guys. Just want to put that into the universe.
6 feet away. I'm just
amen.
And Colin, remember, we actually are brothers, so
We are brothers now, yeah.
True as hell. I don't want to discount anybody else though. Anybody got final thoughts?
Kisses everywhere. Love you.
Thank you
Richard?
for joining this episode of Hunt Banish Extra.
Oh yeah. And as taking over my position, I see how it is. Richard's figures, I already shouted him out earlier. Just go check it out. Even if you just want to go look at what he's done, check out his figures. All right, everybody, thank you all so much. Fuck you, Richard, for listening to this episode. And as always,
Stay hunting.
Stay hunting.
Hunt yourselves.
stay hunting,
Yes.
everyone. All right, Colin, since you're back, give us a nice little outro.
I think we caught him off guard.
Skip it up. You're on a hunt.
Skibbity toilet, apparently.
Skippity clap. Shut up! I didn't mean to.
No, that was a perfect outro.
Oh, fuck, I can't find the fucking button again.